Hi, so I wanted to do a video to try and share with you what it is I've been doing trying to resolve my tinnitus. And so I wanted to show the moves or what I've been doing basically that relate to my post-TMJ 63 and just where we talked about acupressure points and the auricular nerves. So just to remind you, that's the post. Those black dots, they represent the acupressure points. And as you can see, they lie very closely or over the auricular nerves. So the first ones in the front of the ear, they lie very close to or over the great auricular nerve. And as I mentioned to you, they exit the transverse process of C3 in your neck around here. Then we've got the posterior auricular nerve, and it travels up here. So obviously my aim is to try and rid myself of tinnitus, and as you know, I got tinnitus in August last year after a maxillofacial physiotherapist worked just on my neck doing some mobilization work. So quite sad about that, obviously, because tinnitus is awful. I know how bad it can get, and I don't want it to get that stage. So, I'm hitting it right at the beginning, and obviously it's taking me some time. But the good news is I'm actually finding some improvement with what I'm doing. So that gives me great hope. So even though originally, I was thinking, okay, it was done in my neck. So one would think, obviously, I need to resolve what's going on in my neck. But if we think about the body as a whole and how it's all connected, we've got obviously our spinous processes of the spine, we've got the transverse processes where the nerves exit, we've got a whole host of musculature here. And in Bowen therapy, we're working on your fascia, the connective tissue, which is one complete sheath from our head all the way to our toes. And it is why we say that it's all connected. You can have an ascending problem, so your misalignment in the hips is causing your problem in your TMJ, or you can have a descending problem. Your TMJ is the problem, and it causes issues going down to the rest of the body. Number one thing that's really important is obviously to make sure our body's in symmetry, and that's why I highly recommend that you see a Bowen therapist, especially one who has assessment skills. I'm trained as an applied musculoskeletal therapist, amongst other things, and we're given tools to assess your body and then figure out and determine which muscle is causing your asymmetry, that is causing your hips or your tailbone or whatever, your shoulder blades, your shoulders to be out of alignment. And then we can correct it on the spot very, very quickly, within a matter of seconds, truly, and then we'll teach you a neuromuscular re-education exercise to keep your body level. So that's really, really important in the big scheme of things. But anyway, this post is about TMJ 63 and the acupressure points. Now, with regards to my tinnitus, it is a high-pitched sound, and I don't get it all day long. It doesn't disturb me constantly. I do get it, especially when I'm asleep, because it's quiet. I do get it when I'm working on my computer, typing away, because again, it's relatively quiet. I generally do not hear it if I'm talking or other people are talking, so that's good. Or if I'm busy doing, if I'm working, I won't necessarily hear it. I won't hear it, actually, not necessarily. I just will not hear it. It's only in quiet times. So when I'm working on these places, what I found, especially when I'm asleep, obviously it's the quietest place, or when I'm trying to sleep rather than being asleep, when I'm trying to sleep, and I'll hear that high-pitched sound. Now, my preferred side of sleeping is on my left side, which is where my tinnitus is. I do obviously toss and turn, and I will go to my right side as well, but it's generally preferred on the left. So when I hear that high-pitched sound, I am turning over onto my back and then turning my head and working on these places. Now, what I found is that the great auricular is here and the posterior auricular is back here. What I found is the posterior auricular, I'm getting great success there. It really does switch it off. it does come back, not before I fall asleep generally though, but if it does come back, and then I'll try again. And then it switches off enough for me to be able to get to sleep. And that gives me great hope. Like, that's a really, really positive thing. It's disappearing, or lessening to a degree that enables me to sleep. That's fabulous. So it means I'm on to something. I'm excited about that. Really, I truly am. So, okay, so with regards to doing what I'm doing on these moves, obviously in bone therapy we're taught to do cross fiber moves, but you know, don't know necessarily which is the direction the muscles are going, and I certainly can't be teaching you how to do bone therapy. You know, I'd be breaching copyright. That's not my aim here at all. All I can share with you is things that I have taught myself, created myself, come up with. And I certainly don't want to be breaching or any copyright to anybody. So I am doing moves that may look cross fiber. I'm also doing, you know, stretching moves. I'm doing horseshoe moves. It doesn't really matter what you do, so long as you're in the region where the nerves are. And what you'll find, and what I have found, especially now, I mean, I first started just working, you know, in the front of my ear and directly behind my ear here. And it wasn't until I did this deep dive and I found these acupressure points and the correlation with the nerves that I realized, ooh, I need to be working on this posterior auricular nerve as well. So these ones in front and directly behind my ear, they hurt to begin with. And then the more I did it, the less they hurt. And now, you know, since, you know, it's really only been a week or two since I discovered this posterior auricular nerve back here, this one really hurts to touch, to be honest. It's getting less, thankfully, but it's still, you know, a little tender. So it shouldn't be. You know, we have these, you know, latent trigger points in the body, which I've talked about before, where, you know, you didn't know you hurt until someone touched you. They shouldn't hurt. And we want to release those, deactivate them. And so that's what I'm doing. And I hope that in time, when I can touch back here and it not actually be tender at all, that perhaps then that's when the tinnitus will switch off for good. Who's to know? But I'll definitely keep you informed. So what I'm doing, just coming in nice and close for you, is I'm doing, you know, I'm just in front. So, you know, this is our, oops, can you see with my hair? There's our tragus. And so I'm just in front here, and I'm just, one thing that's really important to mention as well, whenever I work on the jaw and head, it's really important to be firm. In bone therapy, we're taught quite light touch, you know, it's the fascia is just under our skin here, so we can just have light traction, or we do a traction move where it's light and then we're digging in deeper. But no, when it comes to the jaw and head, what I found and what I was certainly taught in Ron Phelan's work with his TMJD, being strong is a good thing. So anyway, that's what I do, is I work very firm. So I'm doing just little tiny micro moves like this, and then I am going under and around, and I don't know if you can actually see, so I'm doing moves like this, and then I'll just come all the way back, but I'm going up and down now. And you know, there's still some tender points there. And then I'll do, you know, the two fingers, and I'm doing that horseshoe that I talked about. And I'm doing, you know, fairly slow and steady. And I will tell you, when I am on this, you know, close to my ear here, I hear sounds like bubble wrap, really. And it has also been getting less, but it has not gone, those sounds, and I don't think that's right. They shouldn't be there either, because when I do my right ear, I do not feel those. So, and now just the same, this posterior auricular nerve, you'll feel it. So if it doesn't hurt for you, I don't know really what to say. Just feel around, because you might not be on the right spot, but this is it. And yeah, it's tender. So I go all the way up until it's no longer tender, not tender there, and then back down, up and down, and slow and purposeful. And you can hold those spots a little. I'm hoping you can see this. Is not particularly comfortable for me, having my neck stretched around this way or this way, but hopefully you can hear me as well. Yeah, that's really tender still. That's pretty much it. Really, that's all I'm doing, and I am doing it every day. If it starts to get a little bit sore, you know, I might do that for 3 days, and then I'll leave it for a day and just let it rest. So hopefully, you know, I'll review this video. Hopefully you could see what I was doing. It's not hard, it's not rocket science, it's just tiny little micro firm moves in the region. You can do anything. You can go diagonal if you want. Do a nice little stretch through there, you know, like this. You know, the up and down, pull it and stretch it. And as I say, little bubble wrap kind of sounds, just especially there. Really hear that, I don't know, Rice Krispie sounds. So yeah, hopefully this helps. Sorry if it's been too long, but anyway, give that a go. Let me know what you think. Does your tinnitus lessen in sound, in volume, in frequency? Does it switch off for a moment? You know, how long does it switch off for? I'd be really excited to hear if any of this helps you. So anyway, I'm excited for myself. I'm praying that that it's going to get better. So and that, yeah, eventually it goes. If not, I'll keep digging, and hopefully together we'll find it. If you know something that's helped you stop your tinnitus, please do share it with me. Yeah, I think everybody can heal. We just got to find what works for us. So anyway, take care and see you again soon. Bye.